Hello, welcome to Lackluster Reactions. I'm your Lackluster Reactor, and here for another episode of Higurashi Sotsu. Okay, before we get started, two quick things. Thank you all who have already watched the two episodes last week. Um, since I am starting out this channel, I am still working through things, and if any one reviewer was helpful last week, but if any reviewers know two things. One, how I can get a clock, no, I was about to say camera, a clock on a live camera feed so I don't need that to pay for editing software, since this is just something I'm doing for fun since I can, and I don't want to pay for it right now. Haven't been able to figure out how to do that, so you get to getting the backwards phone again this week. Second, I do have another channel, but I don't know how to, in channel listings, connect them. So if I can have help with that, if you guys can tell me how to do that, that would be nice. But anyway, with that stuff out of the way, this week's episode of Sotsu, I've made sure to rewatch the first arc and from Higurashi Go. So we're still pretty much on going through episode 1 / some episode 2 things. So we still probably have a couple episodes of this left. But today we can probably look forward to seeing the other side of the Usade liar. Let's see. But yeah, I'm interested to seeing how far we get this week. Either way, let's get everything set up so that I can get started. One second in, and go. Butterflies or moths, but it's when they cry, so butterflies. Hearing footsteps. And opening. I didn't talk about this last week, but Sonozaki sisters with their backs towards each other, with both of them facing their respective prisons. For Mion, it's the headship of her family. For Shion, it's that school, which shall not be named ever. But yeah, I missed that. Didn't talk about that symbolism because I was too focused on all of this Rika and Sadako symbolism. So let's see. I've already talked about what's happening here, so to do it again would be just reiterating former points. So Let's see. Which leaves me with nothing to do but ramble through the opening. And it stopped for a moment. My computer, give me a second to reestablish. Okay, it's going again. Okay, sorry about that. My computer has random connection issues. I think it's just my zombie tag. Just assume that everything I'm doing is working on the jankiest setup ever, and not just the way I shoot videos. Gentle. Oh, why? Why'd he have to say it like that just when she walks in? That's, but yeah, Rena has various reasons to be suspicious that Keon actually knows that she killed someone. Back to digging. Rena continues to work hard. Introduction to with the festival. It displays scenes of Rena going through her everyday life while bearing her crimes at night, showing the dichotomy while also the mounting suspicion she has against Keon. Oh, now she's bringing up Oishiro-sama. Are we going to get a flashback to first festival, but still chance a flashback of Rena's past when she first met Oyashiro-sama. Sparse gatherings of scenes from Go's first arc. Are they going to do the entire dance? If they do, it'll be interesting because they've been passing down the rest of the scenes of the happy, just club life, and the stuff that didn't involve Rena slowly ascending, growing suspicious of. I called him Keono earlier, didn't I? Keiichi! But words come out of my mouth, but they usually are wrong. Either way. But yes, seeing that the dance lasted for a good minute, as opposed to a lot of the other scenes being cut down past because we've already seen them. So having the dance as in full is an interesting choice. An enjoyable one, but because the dance was great the first time I saw it, and it was still well done here in Sotsu. Just still on the fence about whether he saw or not. But of course, things are going to make it so that it tilts in favor of killing him. Ah, Oishi's not making. We miss an opportunity of Oishi talking about his air conditioner. Hey, Sadako, you had to make things worse. You know very well what's wrong with her neck. Surprised Sadako didn't try to plant any ideas in her head, but. Ooh, Usadesi. Usadai! Ah, just the creepy of her getting up close and staring at him. That was a nice addition for the first season go. Wow, we're really going through the scenes of rather quickly. We're only halfway done and we're already close to the stuff that was the end of the third episode of Go. Yeah. Yeah, but the words sound like he didn't know anything, Rana. I just need to work a little bit harder. I'm surprised she hasn't started clawing out her throat yet and just been scratching her neck. The father's going through depression because Rena disappeared instead of having a satisfactory ending to that chapter in his life. And now Ren is currently getting invited to Keiichi's house, but I just want to mention that if Rena did want to protect her dad, then she would look at how he currently is and notice that he's currently falling apart and maybe her actions that she took wasn't the correct one, even though she can't do anything about it now, really. Instead of trying to help him, she's going out to try to fix the problem of Keiichi. Work harder. Yeah, well, she says it too. Oop. One moment. Messed up my clock. Okay, my stopwatch is still going. But it's okay, resuming and time. Okay. I have the worst setup of anything. But, Moreno really was banging that hard. When I watched the scenes of the first. Hi, Rika. When I watched the scenes of the first. When I watched the scenes of Go the first time, I thought he was just hallucinating the bang because she was carrying the heavy stuff in both her arms. But it looks like that. But of course, Ren has always been stronger and faster than anyone expects. So having her be able to hold it in one hand while banging with the other does make some sense. Though her peeking through the door frame is most likely still just an illusion. Oh wait, we're already here? I was talking about it, but I didn't realize that we were currently at the end of the demon deceiving arc stuff. So they fit a better part of 3 episodes into 1 episode, which makes sense. We weren't going through everything that Ren was going through. We were going through checking answers of stuff that should happen. I know you can win, Keiichi. Now my internet's disconnected. This is why I don't do this live. One moment. Okay. And resuming while Keiichi gets stabbed. Chin up, okay. Seeing we could, as much as the stabbing interests me, seeing we could talk about how happy everything's gonna turn out while 2 corpses lie in the Keiichi's house. And the next day, only Mia knows so far. She's not lying again. And we could just go to leave. We confirmed what happened. Now let's see how this goes down. Whether Rika takes herself out and Sadako follows, or Sadako takes her out and then uses the fact that she can't remember to. Yeah, it's gonna be Rika. Now, as a horror fanatic and someone who isn't bothered by things like this, let's examine it a bit about how much emotion is put into Rika's desperately ending herself, while also acknowledging the fact that the human body doesn't have that much blood, even though it is a nice effect. Sadako casually saying, "I'm home," while Rika basically decapitated herself in multiple stabs. Sadako villain taunts. Right before she looks like she's going to slash instead of stab, which is something I'm going to talk about in the ending. Ah, did you all remember to practice your snaps during the break between Go and Sotsu? Because we're going to need them. Anyway, ending theme. I don't think there's anything I need to examine in the ending theme. So well, I let it play on the screen to see if I do catch anything I might have missed before. Let's start with the wrap up. So it looks like we're done with the demon revealing arc in only 3 episodes, which I did not expect. But looking at what we were given and what we can expect in the future, it does make sense. This and the 2 to 3 arcs after this, however they want to do Nekodamashi's answer, are more going to be recaps, checking the answers of the arcs we've already seen. So lumping all of 3 to 4 of them in as one arc in our minds instead of the individual arcs are going to be separated in is probably a better way to look at everything. Let's see. And one thing I do want to mention about slashing versus stabbing, since it was brought to our attention in the last scene. A lot of people joke about how many, joke or question, depends on the person, about how many stab wounds Keiichi took. Cotton revealing chapter, of course, about how Keiichi took from Rena in that one scene and he still survived. However, if you look at medical reports and past incidents and stuff like that, human body's actually pretty resistant to, let's go with the tabletop term and call it piercing damage. Therefore, Keiichi taking 30-something on-screen stab wounds and still coming out okay is not impossible. He was hit in a pretty bad spot in the mid-stomach section, but it's not it's improbable he would survive. It's not impossible. Well, slashing is much more effective, which unintentionally was shown pretty well in the 2 different suicides of Rika and Sadako, where Rika had to stab herself multiple times for it to come to an end, while Sadako just one slash and call it a day. So, yeah, always nice to see unintentionally accurate things come up in anime. But yeah, I don't think I need to say anything much more about this episode / arc. As I said, it's going to be, I'll probably think about my thoughts on this arc when all 3 to 4 of them are out, because they all, again, fit together. So, next up, it's Mion's turn to slowly go to madness. Since Mion was the only one of the main cast who never went crazy, no matter how many timelines we could read to, it's going to be interesting to see the real first time she goes crazy. And it's not just Shion pretending to be her. Either way, anything else would just be rambling on my part, so I think I'm going to call it here for this episode. Thank you, everyone who has joined me, and some semblance of an outro.